Have you ever stopped to wonder why going viral for just a few hours can sometimes feel, I don't know, even more thrilling than getting a raise at your job?
It's a strange feeling, isn't it?
It really makes you think. Because while, yeah, a bigger paycheck is tangible, that fleeting burst of digital approval, that internet clout, it often feels like this surprisingly potent form of power. Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're plunging into the fascinating world of internet clout and its surprising, really deep connection to our brains.
It's quite a connection.
We've basically taken a stack of pretty groundbreaking research from intricate neuroimaging studies, brain scans, to these comprehensive systematic reviews to really uncover exactly why online reputation holds such a powerful sway over us.
Try and piece it all together.
Our mission here is to extract the most important nuggets of knowledge, giving you a real shortcut to truly understand what's happening in your own mind when you seek or give or even just kind of observe digital validation.
Makes sense. Where do we start?
So let's begin with the basics. What exactly is internet clout? Like, what are we really talking about?
Right. So when we talk about clout, we're really talking about modern social capital.
Okay.
It encompasses everything from, your follower count, the number of likes you get on a post, to your overall online visibility and, influence.
So it's not just a fad, though.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
That's a crucial starting point because it's so much more than just a fleeting digital trend. It's really a new form of social currency.
Currency.
Yeah, and one that taps directly into something ancient within us. If we connect this to the bigger picture, from an evolutionary perspective, our deep-seated need to care about reputation has always been critical.
Like caveman days critical.
Exactly. It's a signal of our ability to cooperate with others, which historically, enhanced access to vital resources and significantly boosted survival rates. It's fundamental.
It really is. And when you think about it, modern social media platforms like Facebook or Instagram, they're practically engineered around this whole idea.
They really are.
They inherently involve constant reputation management, impression management, and this continuous drive to increase social capital through, public interaction. It's like this global stage.
Yeah.
And we're all subtly, or maybe not so subtly, kind of performing on it.
And what's truly fascinating here is how deeply our brains are involved in this very modern performance. We should probably unpack the brain's obsession with online validation.
Let's do it. Where does that start?
It starts really with the very core of our motivation, the reward system.
Okay, the brain's reward system.
Right. Neuroscientists call it the mesocortical limbic circuit. Bit of a mouthful.
Definitely.
But its core functions are foundational to our behavior. It drives desire and craving, what researchers actually term wanting.
Wanting, got it.
It also facilitates learning, showing us, what behaviors to repeat. And, of course, it elicits positive emotions, that pure pleasure we often call liking.
Wanting and liking, okay. And the chemical conductor orchestrating all this, that's dopamine.
Right. That's the one. Dopamine is the key messenger here. Absolutely crucial for mood, motivation, reward, pleasure, the works.
So anything rewarding boosts it.
Pretty much. Any reward-related activity, and yes, that absolutely includes social interactions, significantly elevates dopamine levels. It makes us feel good.
Sometimes very good.
Exactly, very good. And critically, it makes us want more of whatever triggered that good feeling in the first place.
Which explains the endless scrolling sometimes.
It certainly contributes. And this brings us to a crucial player in this system, the nucleus accumbens. You might see it written as ANAC.
ANAC, okay.
Think of it as the brain's central social barometer, maybe.
Right.
Or even its internal accountant for rewards.
An accountant, I like
The
that.
NAC is part of the ventral striatum, and it's a well-established player in processing all sorts of rewards, from basic necessities like food and sex to more abstract ones like money. But here's where it gets really interesting for our topic, maybe a little unsettling too.
Oh.
Studies using fMRI, functional magnetic resonance imaging.
Brain scans again?
Right. They show that the ventral striatum, including this NANAC region, is activated by both self-relevant gains in reputation, so things like positive social feedback, getting likes,
Okay.
and by monetary rewards, cold, hard cash.
Wow. So wait, if our brain's internal accountant, the NADAC rate, is treating kind of like it treats actual money, how does it differentiate? Is there a distinction that makes social media so uniquely compelling?
That's an excellent question. And it's where really vital nuance emerges, revealed by a key study, Meshi and colleagues back in 2013.
What did they find?
They found that activity in the left, NADAC specifically, in response to positive social feedback for oneself.
Just for me, not for others.
Exactly, relative to observing feedback for others.
Yeah.
That activity directly predicts an individual's intensity of social media use. In their study, it was Facebook.
Okay, so my brain reacting to my likes predicts how much I use Facebook.
Precisely. Now here's the kicker. NADAC activity in response to monetary reward did not predict Facebook use in the same way.
Really? So the money response didn't matter for social media use?
Not in terms of prediction, no. This indicates a specific, powerful social connection that monetary reward, surprisingly, doesn't quite capture when it comes to driving that specific behavior.
So basically, my brain might actually crave a like more than money when it comes to why I open that social app.
That's what the evidence suggests, yeah. Pretty striking finding.
So it's not just that the NARAC lights up, but the type of activation and what it responds to tells us something very specific about our social media habits. And that's a powerful, almost unsettling realization about how our brains prioritize digital feedback.
Precisely. And this specific brain activity, the one for self-relevant social feedback, it's primarily explained by social media use itself.
More than personality stuff.
It seemed to be a more direct link than, say, other personality traits like self-esteem or even narcissism, though obviously those can certainly play a role too.
Okay. This inherent wiring then makes the like feature. Well, it makes it an incredibly powerful reinforcer, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
That little heart or thumbs up, it acts as this direct reward mechanism on social media. Provides quick, tangible feedback that immediately motivates users to, adjust their online behaviors to get more of that reward.
It's an instant hit, perfectly designed to keep us coming back for more.
Yeah.
And when you receive those likes, it lights up those core reward processing areas we just discussed.
Absolutely.
The NAC, definitely, but also the ventromedial prefrontal cortex, or VMPFC.
VMPFC, what does that do?
The VMPFC is crucial for evaluating the reward value, essentially, figuring out how good that influx of likes or followers actually feels. How valuable is it?
Okay, weighs the reward.
Right. And then there's the amygdala, which helps solidify the behavior. It sort of stamps it into your memory, making you more likely to repeat whatever action got you that reward in the first place.
So it's this powerful feedback loop. Do something, get likes. Brain evaluates it as good, brain remembers to do it again.
You got it. A very effective loop.
And I read it gets even more granular. Like when you receive many likes on photos, for instance.
Yeah, that's right. Receiving a lot of likes, particularly on visual content like photos, seems to activate a whole network of regions. The medial prefrontal cortex, lateral occipital cortex, the hippocampus for memory, and yes, the NANAC again, along with other areas involved in reward and learning like the caudate, putamen, thalamus, VTA.
Wow, that's a significant amount of brain power devoted to processing a simple digital thumbs up.
It truly is. But here's another fascinating point to layer on top.
Okay.
It's not just receiving likes that activates this circuitry. The act of giving a like also triggers activity in your brain's reward system.
Really? So liking someone else's post feels good too?
It seems so. Studies have shown that when participants gave a like to others, it activated areas like the ventral and dorsal striatum, the VMPFC again, the amygdala regions, very similar to those activated when receiving a like.
Huh.
Researchers call this a common neural currency. It suggests there's a shared brain mechanism for both giving and receiving social rewards. The act of validation itself can be intrinsically rewarding, even when you're the one doing the validating.
So it's this two-way street of reward, which makes understanding that wanting versus liking, distinction you mentioned earlier, even more important.
That's absolutely critical. Robinson and Berridge's incentive sensitization theory really helps here.
Remind me.
Wanting is the dopamine-driven desire or craving. Think of it as the motivation, the urge, primarily linked to those dopaminergic pathways in the naddalic shell.
Okay, the drive.
And liking, on the other hand, is the actual pleasure you get from it, the enjoyment. That's controlled by different systems, like opiate and endocannabinoid systems.
So they aren't the same thing?
Not at all. And this distinction helps explain why people might compulsively seek likes, that's the wanting, even if the subjective pleasure, the liking, isn't always that intense.
Ah, okay. Like, have you ever kept scrolling, compulsively checking for that next notification, chasing that next like, even when each individual one didn't really feel all that amazing?
Exactly. That's the wanting pathway in overdrive, keeping you hooked, keeping you seeking, even when the liking part isn't delivering a huge rush anymore. It's the chase, the anticipation, that often fuels the cycle more than the actual reward.
The chase, yeah.
And this wanting is further amplified by, well, algorithmic reinforcement. Social media platforms are expertly designed, let's be honest.
Definitely.
They encourage self-promoting behavior, they encourage social comparison, constantly prompting us to observe others' positive feedback, which further ties into our brain's ancient drive for reputation and status.
It feeds right into it.
It creates this relentless, constant feedback loop that doesn't just influence our behavior moment to moment, but can actually start to shape our very identity over time.
Yeah.
It can even lead to online disinhibition.
Huh.
You know, her doing things online you wouldn't normally do.
In that relentless pursuit of more clout, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. That's a lot to process, isn't it? The sheer power of that tiny like button is truly eye-opening, connecting to something so fundamental, so deep within us.
It really is. We're about to explore the bigger picture now, thinking about what this all means for our well-being, our sense of self. But first, if this deep dive is sparking new thoughts for you, maybe making you see your own online habits a bit differently, and you want to keep unlocking fascinating insights like this, insights that simplify complex topics, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, definitely worth doing.
You'll gain new perspectives and maybe some aha moments every time we release a new deep dive, helping you navigate this complex world with, hopefully, a bit greater understanding.
So connecting this back to the bigger picture, our brain's fundamental response to social feedback, it's undeniably rooted in those deep evolutionary drives, right? For social acceptance, for cooperation, for status.
Right, the caveman brain stuff.
But the manifestation of this today is through, well, digital performance and often these highly curated, carefully managed online identities.
The Instagram version of ourselves.
Kind of, yeah. The like might technically be what's called a secondary reinforcer. It's not food or water, but it taps directly into that fundamental ancient human need for social connection and belonging. It hijacks that system in a way.
That distinction between the deep biological drive and its modern digital expression, that feels really key. But this also raises some important questions, right? And some critiques about social media use itself.
For sure.
Like you mentioned, the studies rely on self-reporting sometimes.
Yeah, that's one limitation researchers readily acknowledge, self-reported social media use. Well, it can be subjective, people aren't always accurate.
And getting likes on a computer screen isn't exactly the same as getting praised in person.
Right. There's the inherent artificiality of computer-mediated feedback compared to genuine face-to-face, real-world interaction. That's another challenge.
So, if it's hard to prove absolute causality like, does social media use actually change our brains chemically? Or do people with certain brain responses just naturally get drawn to using social media more intensely? What does that really mean for how we understand this whole thing?
That's a crucial point, the chicken or egg question.
Yeah.
It basically means the science is still evolving. It's still catching up to our lived experience in many ways. But the patterns, the correlations, they're pretty undeniable.
Okay.
What's also concerning, though, and really requires our attention, is the growing recognition of problematic social media use.
Not just spending a lot of time, but...
Right, this isn't just casual scrolling or heavy use. It's characterized by excessive, uncontrolled usage that significantly impairs personal, social, professional aspects of an individual's life. Real-world consequences.
And are there symptoms?
Yes. We're seeing reported symptoms like anxiety, stress, even depression when someone tries to cut back or stop altogether withdrawal, essentially. Alongside that, a clear tolerance effect, where increasing amounts of time or engagement are required to achieve the same initial gratification or buzz.
Wow. And this is where the parallel becomes particularly compelling and maybe, frankly, a bit unsettling.
With gambling, you mean?
Yeah. There's neural activity seen in problematic social media use that's strikingly similar to what researchers observe in problematic gambling.
It's true. We're talking about activation in similar areas, like the amygdala and that VMPFC region involved in reward valuation. And concepts like delay discounting seem relevant too. That's where the perceived value of a reward decreases the longer you have to wait for it.
Which leads to chasing quick hits, small immediate rewards.
Exactly, like constantly checking for new likes instead of focusing on longer-term goals. The patterns are eerily similar in some ways.
So this raises the big question. Is social media addiction a real diagnosable thing?
Well, that's still being debated by professional bodies, like the ones who publish the DSM-5. It's not currently a distinct diagnostic category in the way gambling disorder is.
But it's studied.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It is unequivocally studied as a behavioral addiction when it demonstrably, excessively affects an individual's daily life and functioning. The neurobiological underpinnings we've discussed are clear enough to warrant serious attention and research, regardless of its official classification right now.
Right. So, given all of this, the evolutionary drives, the brain chemistry, the potential downsides, how do we move towards cultivating, grounded self-worth and maybe mindful influence in this really complex digital landscape?
It starts with awareness. I think that's the absolute key first step, just understanding these underlying neurobiological mechanisms.
Knowing what's happening in your brain.
Exactly. When you feel that familiar little surge, that buzz from a like or a new follower notification, recognizing it's not just some superficial reaction, it's your brain's ancient reward system activating, interpreting that digital feedback as incredibly valuable social currency.
Okay.
Awareness helps you pause, maybe take a breath, and distinguish between this wired, almost automatic response and your genuine, deeper sense of self-worth, which shouldn't really depend on that stuff.
And that awareness, does it suggest strategies for building that grounded self-worth?
I think it does, yeah. We know that problematic social media use can be linked to other factors, things like low self-esteem, loneliness, maybe even narcissism. And we also know that excessive activation of the brain's reward system, particularly that NAG-AC area, is tightly linked to intense social media use and potentially those addiction-like behaviors.
So what's the strategy?
Well, it directly suggests that consciously cultivating self-regulation strategies, things like setting time limits, having tech-free times, consciously disengaging, can really help counterbalance those excessive reward-seeking behaviors. It's about regaining some control.
Makes sense. And thinking about the emotional side, too.
Definitely. Given the amygdala's vital role in social behavior and emotion, actively focusing on your overall emotional well-being, especially as it relates to your online interactions, is absolutely crucial. How does scrolling actually make you feel long-term?
That's a good question to ask yourself.
And it's also worth noting, interestingly, that some studies show less extensive brain activation for negative feedback compared to positive feedback online.
Less reaction to bad comments than good ones.
Potentially, in terms of the breadth of activation. This could point to an inherent bias in the system towards seeking rewards, towards chasing the positive, and maybe, as a consequence, a slightly diminished resilience to social rejection or criticism online. We might be wired to overweight the good and potentially not process the bad as deeply.
Which could make us even more vulnerable to chasing validation.
Possibly. It reinforces the need to build that internal resilience.
Okay, so this knowledge also empowers us towards more mindful influence, right? And maybe more ethical practices online.
I think so. Understanding why we're so drawn to seeking likes allows for a far more conscious navigation of these online spaces, rather than just being sort of swept along by the algorithms and our own impulses.
For us as users, you mean?
For users, yes. Things like educational programs focusing on these psychological mechanisms could empower more conscious, healthier online engagement. Knowing how it works helps you manage it.
And for creators, people putting content out there.
For creators, recognizing that likes intrinsically motivate adjustments in what they publish, how they frame things, all to maximize those rewards.
Yeah.
It highlights the inherent power baked into that like button itself.
Yeah.
And therefore, it highlights the responsibility that comes with its use, both in how platforms design things and how creators use them.
It's interesting, too, you mentioned earlier that participants in studies often said they use their gut instinct when deciding to like something.
Yeah, that came up. Many reported using a gut feeling or just instinct when deciding whether to like a photograph, for instance.
Which implies?
It implies, potentially, a less thoughtful, more automatic process for many interactions, which really just highlights a universal need, I think, for more conscious, intentional engagement from all of us in the digital world. Less autopilot, more awareness.
Right. Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, let's distill this down. What are some practical insights for navigating this world of digital clout, maybe helping you gain more control over your online experience?
Okay, let's try. First, I'd say, truly understand your brain's wiring. Just remember that your brain, particularly the nucleus accumbens, is biologically wired to respond to social approval, much like it responds to fundamental rewards like food or money. It's an ancient drive meeting, a very new medium.
Got it. Ancient drive, new tech.
Second, consciously try to separate that wanting from liking. Distinguish between the dopamine-driven desire or urge for more clout and the actual pleasure or satisfaction you derive from it. Remind yourself, more likes don't always equate to more happiness. Often it's the chase, not the catch, that holds the real power over you.
Okay, separate wanting from liking. Good one.
Third, be acutely aware of the feedback loop. Recognize how social media likes reinforce specific behaviors, shaping what you post. If you find yourself constantly adjusting your content purely for external validation, just notice that. Your brain is learning to chase that digital reward, maybe at the expense of your authenticity.
Notice the loop. Makes sense.
Fourth, maybe critically evaluate the source of the feedback. Consider that your brain's response to a like can actually be influenced by who's giving it. Things like their perceived status, maybe even their gender, can subtly change how rewarding it feels. Not all likes hold the same weight or meaning in your personal narrative, nor should they.
Right, context matters.
Fifth, actively work on cultivating resilience to negative feedback. Understand that your brain might respond less robustly to negative feedback online, which could inadvertently make you more susceptible to prioritizing only positive validation. So consciously work on developing a stronger inner sense of self-worth that isn't so dependent on external digital approval. Build that thicker skin, maybe.
Develop resilience.
Okay.
And finally, sixth, question the gut feeling sometimes when you're scrolling and liking. While it's natural to instinctively tap like, remember those studies, many users rely heavily on this quick, almost automatic response. Try occasionally pausing, just for a second, to consciously think about why you're liking something or why you're about to post something. It can lead to far more intentional and probably more fulfilling online behavior. Pause and question the gut check. Great advice. Ultimately, then, it feels like clout can feel like immense power, but maybe only when you're truly controlling the narrative, not letting the quest for clout control you.
Well said. This deep dive has really shown us just how deeply our brains are connected to this digital world of clout, weaving together these ancient drives with very modern technology.
Absolutely. And if you've enjoyed this deep dive into the neuroscience of internet clout, if it sparked some thoughts and you want to keep unlocking more fascinating insights that simplify complex topics and help you understand your world, maybe even yourself a little better, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
You won't regret it.
You'll gain shortcuts to being well-informed on topics you really care about and hopefully, a few more aha moments along the way. Thank you so much for joining us on the deep dive.